My brother and his fiancée refused to pay me for the cake that I am going to make for his wedding day and called me a bee because it should be free, so I boycott his cakeless wedding. I love to bake. It's a big passion of mine and something I love to do as a hobby in my free time. I have an Instagram account that I use to show off my work, which is mainly the cakes I bake and decorate. I make these cakes for family and friends for birthdays or special occasions. I never charge for these cakes, but am always compensated in some way by my family and friends. They'll usually gift me money or a gift card to my favorite restaurants, or make me a dish in return as a thank you. My younger brother and his fiancée were planning their wedding and asked me a few months in advance if I'd be able to make their cake for them. This would be my biggest order yet. They wanted a 3-layer cake. The wedding was 75 people, in the flavor of strawberry shortcake as it's their favorite. I was hesitant at first but agreed to make the cake, under the condition that I was compensated for it. I explained to them that this was the biggest order I'd ever had and was going to take up a lot of my time and labor and be costly. I gave them a very fair price for a cake of that caliber. They agreed. I also made it clear that I wanted to be paid before the wedding. I provided them with multiple sketches of what the cake would look like, made a practice batch of the actual cake so that they could sample it, and they loved the cake and approved of everything. Fast forward to last week, 6 days before the wedding. I contacted my brother for my payment as I was going to get started on buying the rest of the ingredients for the cake, minus the strawberries. I was going to do that closer to the date so they could be fresh. He assured me he'd drop off my check the next day. The next day came, my brother went MIA and no check arrived, so I tried to contact him again. The next day came, no check again. I offered to drive to their house and pick up the check, but they made an excuse that it didn't work with their schedules. So the day before the wedding I contacted both my brother and his fiancée asking again. They blew up on me telling me that I'm a selfish bitch for charging them when I don't charge the rest of the family and that they refused to pay but demanded I make the cake. I said no, and explained my terms again. They called me a selfish and said I better make the damn cake. I again said no, so the day of the wedding I decided not to attend, due to the amount of disrespect they showed me. Well, my brother, his fiancée, and her family are now blowing up my phone sending me all kinds of nasty messages. My family is trying to stay out of it, but don't think I should have screwed them like that. Am I the a-hole for not making the cake after they refused to pay me? Info: I was charging them $400.